Hello race fans, Jonathan Palmer here for LFSCART Light Winter Series Round 2 from West Hill International. As a great track for racing, very fast, very tricky track to get everything perfectly right. High downforce required, treacherous driving. Nicolas Valet would take pole, being fastest in the Super Bowl session. West Hill International, very thin racing line, hard to make moves, but when you get moves at a good place, and like at the end of this long front stretch, it's a good one. So, Valet would be on pole, Mellinger, Murphy, Young, and Hoy would be the rest of the top 5 on the start for this 32-lap race. Field heading green flag. Green flag flew a little late due to some technical difficulties in the server, but they would be off very shortly. Their 32-lap race here, second round, after an exciting oval round for round 1 that we ended up did not get finished within the hour-long time limit, excuse me. Then we're getting through turn 1 and 2, all right, on to the start of the S's section. Got through there fine. Down the backstretch would be when the problems would start. Through the chicane, LA would get through fine, but go wide on the exit. You see here, clip a cone. He would recover, but lose the lead and back to 4th. But further behind, Yaltine, you see, gets off and runs into Brestovac, it looks like. Ori Motorson, I could tell, and one of the Tiger Express cars having it off there. I think I saw someone else there, or that could be. No, is that off? That is one of the Tiger Express cars off here. As we'll try to remember, replay on board with Motorson, just behind. Is that a 17? Yes, that looks like a 17. That would be Chevy. Gets off, and Chevy has to run out of the way. Ori having nowhere to go. Big impact with the nose of that car into the wall. He recovers. Back to the front here. Coming to complete the second lap, we have Mellinger, Pettigrew, and Murphy, the top 3, working their way down the front stretch to complete lap number 2. Would be a great battle all race with these leaders. Mellinger leading from Pettigrew, then Murphy, then Young. Lap would be in 5th position. And that would just be the way the race went. First bit of the race had this good action. Middle part was a little uneventful, but then the end had more exciting action here. You see Pettigrew trying to work his way around Murphy, but Young would be able to try and take advantage of that. Side by side down the backstretch. Chicane, you cannot go through double file unless you want to have a nice accident. Absolutely hard to go through that chicane. Double file, you see Young clears Pettigrew. And Pettigrew clipping the grass just a little bit, but keeps the car going. The FOX here being actually a fairly easy open wheel car to control. Much more power than the FBM, but much less powerful than the FO8. Good car for good racing. Side-by-side battle here for the lead. And that looks like Murphy got it. This track is actually considerably different than in the standard direction. This is international reversed. A few less, perhaps, overtaking opportunities than you have at International. There you see who was that off. That was another one of the something awful racing drivers. Couldn't tell which one that was. That was Murphy, and he's driven back and been overtaken by Pettigrew. Murphy and Pettigrew having a good battle here up at the front for the championship. Still early in the season. Plenty more rounds to go after this. At Aston Cadet for the Aston 140 following this round next month, or the next month after this race. This race held in September, October for the Aston 140. Excuse me, no, this race was October, November for Aston 140, and December for the Golden 125 from Fern Bay. So Mellinger leading away from Pettigrew, Murphy, Young, and Rose here on lap number 6. And that is Murphy. Oh, no, Mellinger. Mellinger is off. That is number 4 Mellinger. So he had it off, losing him quite a bit of time. Lap 7 now, battling here between, well, that was a battle, and big spin for Murphy. Losing 2 positions, losing to Lap, but also later, lap 25 of 32. Here is Murphy, I think that is, and that is one of the Serbian Chrome Pistons car. Was that Palatinus, I think, was that car. But yeah, Murphy would retire from that with some heavy suspension damage. Side by side between Pettigrew and Yele, or that's Hoyting and Yele, excuse me. Couldn't quite identify the rear wing end plates. Rear wing end plates, of course, having to have different colors for cars that are in the same team that want to run substantially the same livery. Here is LA trying to get through on the outside. Can he get it in turn number 1? Doing well to stick on the outside, keeping wheel alongside. So it'll be a drag race down this first part of the back part of the circuit. Then Vele will clear him going into the S's. But can Hoyting right yet get back around him? Not yet. Could try a crossover here. Nope, doesn't. Stays on the outside. Was that a bit of contact? Very close, right on the back bumper. Action through the chicane here as Hoyting has gotten around. And then Yele losing to the something awful racing driver. With 5 laps to go. Couldn't quite see that who that driver was. The number. Can't see the number quite easily from some of those quick shots here. But he is definitely ahead of Hoyting. Is that a bit of bump there? Couldn't really tell. They touch. Touch. Not good, not good. That'll let Yele catch up. That was a 19, so that would be Young. I think, or no, that is a. That looks like a 22. So yeah, it was a 22. So that is Spencer Rose, actually. Pardon the name confusion here. So Hoyting, Rose, and then Valet. Later, 3 laps to go. They've all spread out just a little bit. Rose going wide in turn number 2. And spins it! Rose off. Rose has gone. Losing that position, so now it's between Valet and Hoyting. Final lap, though. And Adam Pettigrew would come to take the victory in round 2 of the LFSCART Light Winter Series, the International 100. And final results would be Adam Pettigrew over Randy Young, Nicholas Valet, 3rd, Right Jan Hoyting, 4th, 5th, Jan Lapfront, 6th, Spencer Rose for Something Awful Racing, Igor Firmovec for Serbian Chrome Pistons, 7th, Ural Tyan, 8th, Lims Chebi, 9th, 10th was Uris Marcinkevicius, Ori Motorson would end up finishing 11th, 12th was Imantas Kasperiunas, Mike Berry, 5 laps down in 13th, Simon Murphy would retire along with Palatinus in that incident on lap 25, and Travis Mellinger would have timed out on lap 12 of 32. That is it for the Westhill International 100. Round 3 was the Aston 140 from Aston Cadet, and we will have that recap for you here on New Dimension Racing. So for all the racers, congratulations Adam Pettigrew on the win. John Palmer, so long everyone.